Hi Sadie, we're here to talk about challenge and expectation and how you've moved from aware to capable. Can you tell me a bit about how your practice looked like at aware?
At aware, I was very much guided by my mentor, heavily supported, whereas when I was capable, I was able to plan a lot more independently. I was personalising the learning a lot more when I was capable, and at aware I was basically just doing low, middle and higher ability, whereas when I was capable I was targeting those individuals.
Excellent. And more learning specific differentiation.
Yes, especially my ALN and my MAT learners.
Excellent. And what examples of your practice best illustrate challenge and expectations for you now?
When I reached capable, the ideas I knew were demonstrated more consistently. I understood the particular needs of the learners in my class. I got to know them a lot more, and basically through observations and reflections on my lessons.
Excellent. And do you have any specific examples that you can share with us?
I have many. However, one of my learners, we were doing an activity whereby we were learning to count reliably some objects, and the lesson was based on real life food that we had related it to the topic. So they were counting the food, counting the carrots, and he did it beautifully. He counted each one individually. And therefore we thought, I thought to myself, he is very good at this. Let's try and do it to 20, which he did very easily. And therefore I thought, I'm going to see if he can do it in twos. So therefore we counted in twos. I showed him first and he got it straight away. He was able to count it in twos. Brilliant.
And how has that changed your expectations going forward for that pupil?
It really informed my planning, because it made me aware that this learner was more able in every aspect of maths, and I was able to further him in every aspect.
Thank you. And can you tell us some examples of how challenge and expectation and what it looks like in the wider context of your classroom?
Every week we do an activity, and the following week then we put it into the enhanced areas. We call this cool learning. So the children can then access the learning that they've learned from the previous week into the classroom independently. And if the children who did understand it confidently, there is also a challenge box there for the children to access as well.
Excellent. And what has been the feedback from pupils on these challenges around the enhanced provision?
They're more engaged in the learning, and they're more eager to do the activities because they've already learnt them, and they're also applying that into the context of Seesaw. So they will take the iPad and they will record themselves doing the activity, or take a photo of them doing that activity, and it just gives them a sense of independence.
Excellent, thank you. And what steps did your mentor take to support you in this progress with challenge and expectation?
During my first placement, I struggled to get the questioning at the right ability. So therefore she recommended looking at the Bloom's taxonomy, and I went away and researched the Bloom's taxonomy and how I could really remember how to apply it within the classroom. So I went ahead and I made some lovely laminated questioning, which I still use now. It just helps me to, instead of just saying, oh, well done, or just accepting that answer, I can say, oh, okay, can you tell me how you got that answer, or can you give me an example of?
And how did your mentor evaluations help support you?
My mentor just gave me appropriate targets to meet. I was able to look at my planning and differentiate and challenge to their needs, and I was able to apply what I'd learned from training days previously with my mentor.
Excellent. And can you tell me a bit about your inquiry time and how that supported you meeting your challenge and expectation?
Yes, I was able to reflect on my own teaching and come up with different ways to support and challenge pupils in later lessons. Specific trainings on AFL and the 5-step mode gave a framework to implement best practices. Whilst in school, I also looked at the growth mindset and began to use this in my teaching, and by me believing in the children, they were more confident to do the learning and more motivated.
Thank you for talking to me, Sadie. I can see that from these experiences that you've made progress in lots of other standards as well. We've mentioned research and reading, collaboration, and listening to learners and their feedback on their learning as well, and definitely hitting assessment and differentiation within your teaching as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you.